y'all, welcome. Today we're going to talk more about menu planning. Hey y'all, I'm Miss Katie. Welcome to Heritage Ways. Today we're in suburbia of a big American city, y'all, St. Louis. And I'm here with my cousin's wife, Kayla. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk about menus. We've been talking to friends in different situations, different circumstances, and we've already put out 2 videos. I hope y'all have seen those. We talked to a homesteading couple in the Ozarks, and we have talked to another family in the Ozarks, an entrepreneur family, a large family. So today we're getting a different perspective. So Kayla, why don't you tell us a little bit about your lifestyle so that they'll understand, and then we'll talk about how you make your menus.
So we are a household of 4. My husband and I, we both work out of the home. My husband actually has a part-time second job, so that's a big thing that we consider too. We have busy evenings a lot of times. We also have a custody schedule that we, incorporate into a lot of our planning for other things otherwise.
That's important to consider too, because sometimes you'll have 3 to feed and sometimes 4, so that's a good point to make.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I always keep in mind is just to be flexible.
Ben, your husband, he works 2 jobs, so sometimes he's not there for mealtime.
Sometimes it's me and both kids, sometimes it's just me and one of the kids, so it alternates and varies. A lot of our evenings that it's just me and her, it's a leftovers night.
Yeah,
so.
and that's okay. You know what? And I plan for leftovers a lot of times.
I do too.
And that's a great idea. How far is it for you to drive to the grocery store from your house, and how often do you go?
I usually go grocery shopping once a week. Every once in a while I'll forget something or we'll run out and I have to make a last minute run. But all 3 of the grocery stores near us are about 5 minutes, so we don't have to drive far at all. Okay, that's not bad. You can stop on the way home from work if you have to, but you try not to do that? Yeah, I try not to, just because I leave for work at 6. I work about an hour away, and so being there for 9 hours, including my break, plus the hour drive both ways, it's a long day for me and Kylie because she's with me where I work.
Right. So are there any other considerations in your meal planning?
Yes. So I recently started Weight Watchers. So it's been a little bit of a challenge for me, which I enjoy a good challenge, to try to find things that are Weight Watcher friendly for me, but also delicious for the family. Sometimes it doesn't work out and we have leftovers or sandwiches. But I try to do things that are feasible for everybody, including myself, doing Weight Watchers and counting points and all of that.
Well, let's talk about how you actually plan your meals and implement your plan.
So the first thing I do when I plan my meals, I do it all on just a piece of notebook paper.
And we're going to show that to them.
Okay. And then I write down each day of the whole week. Then I go back through, and next to each day, I always know that I will be there and our daughter will be there. I mean, we're always there. And then I write next to the days of the week if my husband will be there and if my son will be there, so that I know how to plan. And on the nights that we're all together, I try to, plan a bigger meal, and then there's usually leftovers for me to take for lunches or to have leftovers for a meal. So.
What about Ben? Do you plan meals for him to eat at work, or how does that work?
I don't. He doesn't have a big appetite during the daytime. So he might.
Hey, that saves money.
Yeah, it definitely saves money. Saves time and planning. But no, he doesn't have a big appetite during the day. Shame on him. He skips breakfast, and a lot of times doesn't eat a very big lunch. Sometimes, he'll
But you don't have to do what planning then.
No, I mostly plan for my own lunches. And,
Right, you take your lunch every day, so you do have to plan for that. You've got to, what do you do, pack the night before? You do a lot of that?
I wish I packed every night. Packed the night before every time. I did last night.
Okay, good.
But no, a lot of times I'll pack it in the morning, because I can be kind of picky sometimes, and what sounds good the night before for lunch tomorrow doesn't sound good tomorrow. So
I get that. Okay.
So once I get my days and have it sorted out who's going to be at home on what nights, I plan out the meals. I make sure and plan like a lunch and dinner for the weekends because we're all together during the weekends. And then on the same sheet, I make my grocery list.
Okay.
And I include everything unless I know that we already have it. And then some of the things I'm not sure about, I go back into the pantry or the cabinets and I check to see if we already have it. And I cross it off.
Okay,
and so,
that's good.
Yeah, I keep it all on one list because sometimes I forget to write things on my grocery list too, so that I can look back at the menu and I forgot that. And
that's
add
an
it
excellent
to the...
tip. Do y'all eat out much? Because I know when I was teaching school or running the daycare, I could make a meal plan, and sometimes we ended up eating out, and that was not a good thing.
We
budget.
We really don't. We do plan for it once a week, occasionally twice a week. The once a week that we always plan to eat out is Wednesday evenings, based on when I get off of work and when our Bible study is in the evenings.
Yeah. Good idea.
We meet up for dinner. My daughter and I meet my husband, and if he's with us, my son, for dinner, and then we go straight to Bible study from there. So,
but
that's
you plan for it.
I do plan for it. I don't plan a meal and then go out to eat.
Right.
You know, occasionally we'll plan to go out to lunch on a Sunday afternoon, just as a family, because that's just nice sometimes. But it's not every week.
Right.
I try to plan something in the crock pot for those days so that we can just come home and eat and it's ready. Yeah. But we do have a Sam's membership, and so we use that from it's been a while, but we do use that from time to time for some of the things, like more of our like our snack stash type of things, because our son, you know, he'll come home and after school he needs a snack or two or three. So we have, you know, things like peanut butter crackers and you know, things that you can buy in bulk easily that he can just grab and go, because he's not cooking anything.
But you plan for that, and that's what I want to point out, because you plan for that too, and he's not wandering around wondering what there is to eat. And so you plan for that as far as your budget and on your paper.
Yes, and you know, part of my planning is knowing when he's home and needs to be told this is what's to eat. You know, this is what's for breakfast, this is what's for lunch, this is, you know, snacks that are available. And we also keep things to make sandwiches at the house too, or even wraps. We keep bread and tortillas at home, cheese, lunch meat, and all the fixins, so that, you know, if somebody wants a sandwich instead of what's for dinner, you know, that's always an option. Or, you know, my husband a lot of times will miss dinner on the nights that he's working, and so he'll come home and sometimes he'll fix a sandwich, sometimes he'll have leftover of whatever we had.
What are some of your favorite meals or types of meals that you like to plan?
My absolute favorite are crock pot meals, because, I mean, what was that infomercial? Set it and forget it.
Oh, okay.
I like to put it in there and forget and be all excited when I come home and supper's ready.
Smells good.
You know. So I enjoy crock pot meals. We do a lot of chicken in the crock pot. Just it's a healthier meat choice, I feel like, and everybody will eat it. So we do a lot of crock pot meals. Especially on the weekends. I feel like I have more time to prepare for those. But one of my favorite crock pot meals, which I haven't found a way to Weight Watcher it, is Swedish meatballs. Which I don't make my own meatballs or anything. I store buy those. But we really like the Swedish meatballs. And then I just made a couple nights ago taco soup. Weight Watchers taco soup.
We make a lot of that.
The crock pot is 0
Was it
points.
good? Okay.
It's
See, I don't know about the
delicious.
point system, because back years ago when I was doing it, we didn't have the point system, but I have done a low carb eating lifestyle recently, and yeah, taco soup.
Yeah, it was
an
it
easy
was a
way
really
to do
good
that.
one.
It's good.
Another one of my favorites is when my husband grills. He'll grill any time of year. Middle of the winter, 3 feet of snow.
He doesn't mind.
He'll grill. We do chicken, pork chops, pork steak.
That's healthy too if you're considering Weight Watchers or any eating lifestyle.
Yeah, he grills vegetables.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, his cabbage on the grill.
Really? I've never tried them.
Oh, it's delicious.
tried it, but I've heard the term cabbage steaks, which is just a
my
big old
brother
hunk,
does those. I've never.
and then grilled. That sounds good though.
No, he puts the whole thing on there. I mean, it's stuffed with butter, but it's not really healthy.
Head? What do you mean?
He cours.
Yeah,
is that what it's called? You pour it, and then he packs it with butter, wraps it in foil both ways so that it's sealed up, and puts it on the grill and lets it slow cook that way, and it's soft and tender and buttery.
My, that sounds. How long does that take? Long enough to cook the meat, or
you have to have it on there quite a bit longer than the meat for it to cook all the way through and be tender and soft. Otherwise, it's still crunchy in the middle.
That sounds great.
It's really good,
especially salt and pepper. I would put salt and pepper.
Yep. Or garlic salt.
That sounds great.
It's super good.
We'll have to try that. Okay, a grilled head of cabbage, the whole head.
Yep.
Okay.
The whole thing.
There you go.
We like pasta a lot, which I have switched myself to vegetable pasta.
Okay.
Which I just buy a frozen version of it that you steam in the microwave. But everybody else eats real pasta, especially spaghetti. Sometimes I make like a sloppy Joe pasta, but my kids love it. My husband doesn't love it.
Right.
But my kids love it, so I usually do that on the night that he's working.
Yeah.
A hands-on meal that we really like, which we just did last week, is personal pizzas. Everybody gets, we either do like a personal pre-made crust, which I mean,
I buy those.
You buy the personal pre-made crust, or we use English muffins.
I haven't done that in forever, but I used to love that.
Fun. Yeah, and so the kids really enjoy getting to, put on their own sauce and put their cheese on and their toppings, which they all just put pepperoni on. But
right.
And then that was one of those things that I had the things at home that I needed to make it Weight Watcher friendly for myself.
Right.
So I just used one of my 1-point tortillas and use that as my pizza crust.
Right. Well, you've got some great tips, and it seems to work for you every week, and you've got it down pat. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thanks for having
today. Me. Sure, I appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoyed this and got some tips, and I think you can get different tips from every lady that we talk to, and I have plans to talk to a couple of other ladies in the future, so stay tuned. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, we invite you to subscribe. And if you will tap the bell, you will get notifications, and YouTube will let you know when we have updated new material. So in the meantime, until you see us again, go back and view some of our other videos, and thanks for watching today.
Proverbs 31:10-12. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her. So he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life.